consistency. We're doing side splits. We do this every single day to build consistency. I said that twice, so it kind of makes the sentence a little bit weird. We do this every single day to build consistency, to build a little bit of community, and hopefully together we can make a whole bunch of progress towards our side split goals, because it's so much easier to do hard things when it's a little bit fun when we do it together with other people. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. My name is Ken, and we're going to start with warm-up exercises. These are very dynamic. We're going to move. We're going to get our blood pumping. Let's go. The first thing we're going to do is called hip cars. Hip cars are all about moving your legs through their full range of motion using your muscles. And it looks like this: high knee, open, ankle, down and back. We're going to do it from the side so you can see high knee. Open up that leg directly to the side. Rotate the leg so that the ankle is as high as possible. Bring the leg down and back. Hold on to something to help you with balance if you need it. I recommend it, in fact. And we're doing 10 of these. I think this is 4 for me, but because I didn't start counting, I'm going to pretend this is 4. All right, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Whew. Hip cars on one side, done. We're going to do the other side right now. Whew. If you're having troubles with balance, I recommend you spread out your toes, really focusing on planting the foot into the ground. That might give you a little bit of a boost, but it might do the opposite. It might just throw off your normal vibes, normal feel, and make it more difficult to balance. Give it a try, see what happens. All right, let's go. High knee, open, ankle, down and back. High knee, open, ankle, down and back. High knee, open, ankle, down and back. I think this is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, finally, last one, 10. Whew, okay, hip cars going forward. We just did 10 on each side. Joshua Adams says, here we go. Yep, that is exactly what's happening. All right, let's see. Oh, that's weird. There's an AI summary thing in the chat at the very beginning that explains like what the thing is about, live is about. I've never seen that before. All right. Whew. Let's continue. We're doing hip cars. We're going to go in reverse now. It's the same movement that we just did, but once you start going reverse, your brain starts short-circuiting if it's the first time you're doing them. So I'm going to show them. I'm going to keep on demonstrating them so that you can mirror me, all right? But let's start with seeing what they look like. We're going to bring the leg back, flex the hamstrings, flex the glutes, pull this knee behind the standing leg's knee. Feel that stretch in the hip flexor in the front. Lift directly up to the side. Feel the pressure here in the hip, contracting those muscles. I want the knee and the ankle as horizontal as possible. Rotate that hip, or rotate the leg in that hip joint so that the ankle is now down and your knee is as high as possible. And finally, bring that knee to the front. All right, that's the side view. I'm gonna show you the front view. It's a little less clear what's happening, but this is what you're gonna be doing, so it'll be easier for you to mirror. All right, let's go back, side, ankle, knee, back, side, ankle, knee, back, side, ankle, knee, back, side, ankle, knee. I think that's 4, maybe 5. It's definitely 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Whew. Let the leg go, relax for a little bit. You might be accumulating a little bit of fatigue from the first 2 rounds of hip cars, and now this final round of hip cars. You might notice that if you're spending a lot of energy balancing, your hips might be shifting a little bit. It gets really tiring here in this hip. So give it a second. Take a nice break. I'm going to check the chat real quick, see if there's anything to address. Sheena says, yes, I made it to day 5. Congratulations. I'm super impressed. Saturday? You've been here since Tuesday? That's incredible. Okay. All right. Last set of hip curls. Let's go. Again, back. Flex the hamstrings, flex the glutes, pull the leg behind the standing leg's knee. Raise that leg directly up to the side. Try to keep the knee and ankle horizontal. Or better, if you want to go really high up, that's cool too. Bring that leg down, ankle down. And then finally, ooh, I don't know if you heard that, but right here between high knee to knee forward, I have a little bit of a thing where my hip gets stuck. And now that I've unstuck it by getting into the position for the first time today, it seems like it's gone because it's not painful and uncomfortable. All right, cool. Oh, I'm super off balance. All right, high knee and come down. Oh, I don't know why I told the story with my knee up. That was tiring. Okay, let's go. 10 of these. Back, side, ankle, knee, back, side, ankle, knee, back, side, ankle, knee, back, side, ankle, knee, back, side, ankle, knee. I think that's 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, 8, 9, 10. I got distracted for a second, and then my brain short-circuited and started doing something else. That's why I did 8 twice. All right, hip cars are done. Hope your hips are feeling warmer. Your toes, your ankles, your knees. Don't do very much here necessarily when you're throwing your leg around, but they are working real hard to help keep you balanced. So hopefully you can give them a little bit of love, some ankle circles, some mini squats. Just make sure everything is feeling good and working well. When I say mini squats, they look a little bit like this from the side. You're bending your knees a little bit, you're flexing the ankles, and if you want, ooh, there we go. That's what I was looking for. Flexing the ankles and then come up onto those toes if you can, just to get all those little bits and pieces working together so that you start moving a little bit better. Okay. I'm checking chat real quick. Monday. Oh, is that what 5 means? Is that what 5 means? Yes, I think that is. Okay, let's continue. We are going to go into the second warm-up exercise. These are called elephant walks. Elephant walks look like this. We are basically trying to create this L shape. If you're a little bit tighter, you're a little bit higher, you're a little bit stuck, that's totally okay. It's part of the process. I want you to just relax. Try to bring your belly button down towards the ground and add a little tiny bit of bounce. This isn't an aggressive bounce, it's a very gentle bounce. And we just want to move and apply a little bit of pressure to the hamstrings. Give it some time, give it some love, and remember to breathe. Once you've hung out here for a little bit, you're feeling a little bit more comfortable, your low back is staying relatively straight. I want you to bend one knee, straighten out the other leg, then bend the other knee, straighten out the other leg, bend, 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 bend. You can hold slightly different positions with your feet, as in they could be closer or wider apart if you want. And you can play with this. But I want you to combine it with bringing your belly button down as low as you can again while your knees are bending. You can stack your feet right underneath your knees if you want. Open it slightly wider. This does put a little bit of pressure on the insides of your knees. So if that is something you don't want to do, you can always bring your feet together. Okay? Whew. Once you've done a couple of these, you should notice that you're much more comfortable getting lower to the ground than when you started. And that would mean your hamstrings are a little bit looser. And that is exactly what we're looking for. because we're going to be using the hamstrings a lot when we do the hamstring stretch after this, when we do some pancake stretches after that, and we want your body to be loosened up and ready for it. Okay, let's get into the third warm-up exercise. The third warm-up exercise is called the Cossack switch, and it looks a little bit like this. We're opening up our legs about 3-ish times hips width. Then we're going to drop down to one side as much as we can. I want you to focus on feeling the pressure in the front of the ankle here, in the back of the ankle, in the Achilles tendon, in that calf stretch. I want you to feel the pressure here in the hip. We're not going to do anything crazy. We're just hanging out here. Same thing as how we started the elephant walk. We're giving our body a little bit of time to adjust and get used to the position. And I'm going to fill that time with talking about other positions. Over here, on the other leg, I want you to try to keep your heel down, point your toes up, and point your knee up. This is called external rotation. We're going to use it for the side splits in a little bit, so I'm pointing it out now. If you're just joining, I have no idea what I'm doing here. We do a little bit of stretching every single day, and that's to practice consistency. That stretching is for, ultimately, the side splits. We're going to do the actual side split as the last major stretch, all the way at the end. And everything that we do before is to prepare our bodies, pre-stretch everything that needs a little bit of love, so that when we do the side splits, it's easier to get into them. Cool? All right, we've hung out here on this side. I want you to get your butt over to the other side. I'm going to scoot a little bit so that it's easier to get into frame. What? I am over here, but you don't have to shift around. All right, we've come across to the other side. And we're going to hang out here once again for a little bit. I want you to, if you're off balance especially, I want you to try to keep your heel down on the ground, and that might mean you need to bring your knee back a little bit to help with this part, because your heel will come up when you're too far forward. All right, when your knee is too far forward. I hope that makes sense. Cool? Cool. All right, same thing. We're going to hang out here for just a couple seconds, but right after that, we're going to start moving. When we move, we got lots of options. We can put our hands down to make it a little bit easier to help with balance. Shift our weight over to the other side. We can stand up as straight as we can, stick our arms out in front of us to counterbalance, to shift over to the other side, trying to keep that butt as low as possible. We can, if this is really tiring, come up a little bit, half a squat, and then over to the other side, and then settle back down into our Cossack. Or if you want, you can come into a full squat and then down. I encourage you to try things that are hard for you, but if you can't do a bunch of reps in it, you can always switch it up. Don't just stick with one thing that you like and you know you can do, because we're trying to grow. We're trying to get more flexible. We're trying to get stronger in these deep positions, and that takes doing hard things. All right, let's go. We're going to do 5 reps side to side. Here's 1. Here's 2 and 3 and 4 and I actually don't remember if I actually did 4, but here's 5. I don't know if I counted a left and a right as 1, or if I counted a left and a right as 2. So I just did possibly an extra to make sure I did all 5. Oh, okay, those are the Cossack switches. I hope you're feeling warmed up. I hope you're feeling a lot of pressure in those hips, but that they are moving much better than before we started the warm-up. Because if they started moving worse, then I need to revisit this warm-up. Okay, once you have done all those things, we're going to move on into our 5 stretches. The first stretch is a hamstring stretch. I want you to go grab a cushion, something to pad your knee. It could be a pair of sneakers that you don't care about. Just smash your knee into that. You can go steal your pet's bed. I'm going to grab a cushion couch. I'll be right back. And I'm back. Okay, so the next stretch requires us to get on our knee, like so. We're going to stick our leg directly in front of us, chest and hips directly in front of us, and fold forward. All right, the goal is to bring the belly button down to the thigh, and it's going to look something like this, kind of like a bow. And once you lean forward, your hamstrings are going to tighten up. I want you to take a nice big deep breath in. Release and slowly try to bring your chest and belly button forward at the same time. Okay, once you're as low as you can go, we're going to start our 30-second of stretching. I'm going to rotate around so it's easier to see that I'm actually stretching and not just my big old forehead in the camera. And let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, almost done, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, come out of that stretch. Your hamstrings should feel very intense, but once you're out of the stretch, that intensity should very quickly go away, and you should be back to normal in just a couple seconds. All right, once you are back to normal, let's continue. Drop that right leg, extend the left leg. Try to keep your hips square. What I mean by that is you can't see my other hip. Or actually, I have both hands on my hips, my right hip and my left hip, but you can't see my left hip from the side because my right hip is directly in front of it from this angle. Make sense? Cool. Let's fold forward, bring the belly button down. Your hamstrings are going to tighten up. Take a couple of nice big deep breaths. Release and see if you can push deeper into the stretch. It's okay if your knee bends a little bit. Keep on taking those nice big deep breaths. Push that belly button forward, nice and slow. And once you can't get any deeper, let's hold for 30 seconds. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, come on out of that stretch. You can get rid of the cushion. We don't need it anymore. And let's get ready to continue. Second stretch that we're going to do is called the butterfly stretch, and it is on the floor. So you can sit your butt down, relax for just a second. I'm going to take a quick look at the chat to see if there's anything I need to address. Vita says, thank you for having a 6 p.m. session today. Yeah, we're actually going to be 6 p.m. for the foreseeable future, so get used to it. We are going to be here every day at that time for a really long time. Okay, piece of SM says, oh my god, the pain. I hope that pain was good flexibility pain and not, oh no, my hamstring just exploded pain. But you haven't come back and said anything crazy, so I think that's a good sign. All right, let's continue. We have a whole bunch of people following and joining in. I love it. This is amazing. Okay. Let's get into the next stretch. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to show you and test the regular butterfly. The regular butterfly looks a little bit like this. We're sitting on our butts, bring our feet together, pulling it in, and we're trying to bring our legs down towards the ground. So our knees are going into the ground. All right? It's going to be a little bit hard, but I want you to try your best to open up. If you have tighter hamstrings, if your back is rounding, which is all normal, then from the side, it might look a little bit like this, you might be able to get your knee pretty close to the ground, but it's a little uncomfortable because you're trying to balance into it, right? If I personally don't lean forward, then my back wants to be in this higher, straighter position, and then my knees come right up. So I have to work really hard, pulling up my feet to even get my hips to go down a little bit. If that is you as well, let's move our butts to a wall, because this wall is going to help us keep our posture straight, and it's going to help push us and push our legs down into the ground. If that doesn't make sense, don't worry, just get to a wall and we'll keep talking about it. I'm wondering if I need to adjust the cameras. I think I'll be okay. All right, let's have our hips, shoulder, head touch the wall, bring our feet in once again. You might notice that it's much easier to open up the hips, to bring the knees down to the ground once your upper back and lower back are touching the wall. And part of that thing that you're going to feel is you're going to feel pressure in your back. You're basically pushing into the wall and using the wall to stay stable. And that stability allows your body to relax a little bit and get into the stretch that you actually want to get into. Cool? All right, from here, we're going to talk about muscles. Everything that we do is hopefully strengthening some muscles so that you can control the range of motion that we're trying to get into. And that means we're going to use this outer thigh muscle, these glutes, to help open up the thighs, to open up the groin, and bring the knee to the ground. Once you have used those muscles to try and open up towards the floor, we're going to apply a little bit of pressure with our hands. You can go ahead and place them just below the knee, around the calf area, and give yourself a nice little push. If you're pushing in the back of your head, your shoulders are suddenly pushing into the wall, you're feeling a lot of pressure, that is a great sign. That's exactly what the wall is there to do, is to give you something to push against so that you can apply power to your legs. All right, we flex the muscles, our legs are getting pushed down. Let's go 30 seconds. 30, 29, 28, 27. Feel free to adjust your shoulders and the back of your head so that you play with what part of your head is feeling a lot of pressure, where that tension in your shoulders are stored. You don't have to shrug like this. You can try to bring your shoulders down, bend the elbows a little bit. That just makes you look cooler. I don't think it actually changes much. 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Open up those legs. You're almost done. 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay. You can let the hands go first. Your legs might feel kind of stuck in position after flexing the muscles and pushing them down. So give them a little love, lift them up, give them that little kickstart so that you can flap the wings of this butterfly and get back to moving. Once your legs are feeling relatively normal, come on back up into standing, move them around a little bit because that groin stretch is intense when we get to use the wall to help us. Okay, that is stretch number 2. We're going to get right into stretch number 3, the standing pancake. Standing pancake looks like this. We're going to open up our legs pretty wide. It doesn't have to be crazy wide, but pretty wide. And then we're going to fold forward at the hips and try to bring our chest, our head, our belly button in towards the center of our legs. Oh, it's like a hamstring stretch, except your legs are wide open. And it's really hard. That's why we do the standing pancake. When you do the standing pancake, this whole entire upper body and your arms, if you extend your arms, are being pulled down by gravity. And that makes it so you have to work less hard to get more range of motion. Cool? What we're going to do is get into position now. That means we're going to keep this folded position. We're going to try to open up our legs to as deep and yet comfortable as possible. Then we're going to stick our hands out. We're going to let our butt sort of tuck back to counterbalance our arms forward and try to bring our belly button and our chest down. We're going to hold for 30 seconds. Let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21. Remember to breathe. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right. Put your hands down. Give yourself a little bit of support. Come back into standing and take your time. Usually it takes a little bit to readjust after the pancake. When you do the standing pancake, there's two main areas where your muscles are freaking out and really unhappy with you. The main areas are here on the inner thighs, and that's because the main muscle, this adductor, its job is to bring your leg in towards the center of your body and a little past it. So anytime you do the opposite, you lift that leg all the way up, leg's gonna be unhappy, this muscle's gonna be unhappy, and it's gonna scream at you. So that's its job. Next, we have the hamstrings. The hamstrings connect just below the knee and into the hip. So anytime you fold forward, your hamstrings are going to be unhappy. Doesn't matter if your legs are straight, like in a hamstring stretch, or if your legs are wide open in a pancake-looking stretch, your hamstrings are going to complain, and that's what we're training them for. We're training them so that they don't complain nearly as much, and we can go do more cool, fun stuff. Cool? Okay, we got 2 more stretches left. And the next stretch is called the figure 4. The stretch after that is the side splits. We're going to be doing them real soon. If you're having fun, if you're feeling like this is a good time, good vibes, and you're getting some good stretching done, please go ahead and hit follow, subscribe, get notified, because at the end of the day, we're all about practicing consistency. We do this every single day, and it's 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Follow, come back. All right. Where are we going with this? Figure 4. Let's go. The figure 4 stretch is called the figure 4 stretch because we bring the ankle across to the other side of our body. And that makes this thing that looks like the number 4. The goal of this stretch is to pull the ankle up and bring the chest down towards the leg, feeling the stretch here in the outside of the butt. All right, it's not actually the butt. I mean, it's like the outer hip, kind of possibly the glute, but when I go like that, it's like the outside of the butt. Okay, cool. There's 2 ways to do this. One is called the figure 4 stretch, and the other is more typically called the pigeon stretch. For the pigeon, it looks a little bit like this. We're bringing the leg across our body. If I'm facing you, like so, we're trying to bring the chest sort of to the midpoint of this leg. If you have really long leg bones, then this might not be a perfect example because I got short leg bones, but we want to keep our body over that leg and not be too close to it or not way out here. Sounds good? Try to center yourself and bring the chest down. We want to do that while keeping the hips low to the ground. If you bring your chest down all the way, your face is smashed in, but your butt comes up, then you're not working the stretch as hard as it could be worked. What's next? Hips. This back hip. If you have a little bit less flexibility, you can't get quite into this position where the back leg is straight, it's totally okay if you take a slight bend. And you can still focus on that hip situation with this bend. Cool? All right, that's pigeon. Now we're going to talk about figure 4. The figure 4 stretch looks a little bit like this. We're going to get on our backs and extend the leg we're going to stretch. We'll bring it down, have the ankle just below the knee on this side, and we're going to reach arms through and pull that knee in. Our butts should come off the ground, and that's it. Those are 2 stretches. Pick whichever one you want to do. We're going to hold it for 30 seconds. Don't fall asleep. Don't get too comfortable. You're supposed to be feeling a stretch. Let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27. I feel like I've been counting really fast today. 26, 25, 24, 23. That means we're going to count real slow for the rest of this to make up for it, obviously. 21, 20. I'm just kidding. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Ooh. All right, that's one side. Switch. Hit the other side. I like doing the figure 4 because I feel like I have a lot more control over the whole entire leg situation. My ankle is locked in this position. I know I'm pulling it forward. Okay, I hope you're ready. Final 30 seconds before our side splits. Let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, come on out of it. I hope you didn't take it too chill and fall asleep if you were on your backs, or take it too chill and fall asleep on your face, I guess, if you were doing the pigeon. Because that'd be falling asleep and that'd be not helpful. Okay. Where are we going? Side splits. We're here. It's time. Let's do them. I'm going to come in and check the chat real quick before we continue so that if there's anything I need to address when I'm all the way over there, I don't ignore you for like 30 minutes when we do the side splits. Oh, Ganowski says, I love the pigeon. Yes. I really like the pigeon as well. I think my concern with the pigeon when we're just doing it for 30 seconds is I tend to relax too much, and I do want to take that nap. That's why I keep saying don't relax and take that nap. It's supposed to feel intense in the hips. And usually I also go out of my way to say push the ankle away from you, and I lifted my leg up in the air because I have to be really far back for you to see this. When you push the ankle away from you, it makes the stretch harder. When you're just chilling, hanging out, and you're trying to like get into the stretch, if your arms aren't on that ankle, if you're not holding it down securely, your ankle is going to go towards the place that's the most comfortable for you. Most of the time, that means your ankle is going to start tucking inwards, and the stretch is going to completely change. This outer glute stretch is going to disappear, and that is not what we want. You will still feel like folding forward in that hip situation, but we want that outer glute hip sensation over here. Cool. All right. Side splits. It's time. We've done all of this work. We've warmed up. We've moved our hips around. We've pre-stretched a whole bunch of muscles that are about to get stretched again. Not nearly as intensely in the side split, but pretty intensely because we stretched like 4 or 5 different muscle groups all at the same time. We're going, and getting stuck there. Okay. Before we do the side splits, let's talk about safety real quick. My main concern is your well-being, and I hope you move well, but I also don't want you getting hurt. What we're going to do to prevent any accidents is we're going to bring our butt close to this wall right here. We're going to take one step forward so that when we get into a deep side splitty position, if you go forwards, you can catch yourself, and when you fall backwards, the wall will catch you. And I just hit my shoulder into the door handle, so that kind of hurts. I can literally see the door. I don't know how I let that happen to myself. All right. Once you get it set up and you know you're safe, let's get into the actual side splits. Open up those legs nice and wide. Keep it comfortable. It doesn't have to hurt yet. Fold forward. Put your hands down. Give yourself a little bit of support. And when you're here in this position, I want you to externally rotate your legs. What that means is I want you to put your heels down on the ground, your toes up, and your knees up. And I want you to do that on both sides. from here, I want you to slowly let your heels slide away from you as you walk your hands towards your hips. When your hands are back towards your hips, more of your body weight will be right in your legs, and you'll feel a more intense stretch. Come on down, give yourself a couple seconds to relax in this position. Do a little wiggle from side to side to break that last little bit of friction holding your back. And once you are stuck and you can't move and you are just like Ken, please start counting. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, lean forward. Get back into those push-up hands. Pull your legs out of that stretch. Come back into standing. And that is round 1. We have finished one of our 3 rounds of side splits. I don't know if I said this aloud yet on the live, so this might be a shocker for some of you. We do 3 rounds of side splits. We rest a little bit in between, we shake out, and then we go back. We do a little bit more. So if this whole time you're like, oh man, we are done, we just did our last 30 seconds, I hope you're excited that we get to do a little bit more. Okay, let's relax and shake out our bodies. What we just did, focus primarily on the legs, so I want you to focus on the legs as well and loosen them up. Shake them, flop them, wiggle them, whatever you want to call this, and get them relaxed. That is the best way to reduce the tension in the muscles, because what we did was the opposite. We increased the tension to the point that we couldn't move any further, and now we want them to be loose. Okay, once your legs are feeling relatively back to normal, let's do a couple of quick checks to make sure all your joints are working and helpful, not helpful, I don't know, are working. Okay, let's just do the exercises. Hip circles. We just need to do a couple of quick ones. Make sure all the muscles in your hips are not sensitive, kind of tingly, or anything like that. Let's drop into some high knees. Make sure your hips are still staying strong. We're gonna do some mini squats, like so. Putting a little bit of pressure into the knees. We're putting a little bit of pressure into the ankles, just to make sure all those joints can work together. Usually I get like a big crack in this left ankle, and I'm wondering if it's gonna happen today. Nope, seems like I'm good. Probably because we did a little bit of this earlier. Come back onto those toes, see if we can balance. And once you've done those checks, everything looks good. Let's continue into round 2 of a side split. I'm gonna come over here real quick just to scoot that camera back a little bit so you can see both my feetsies when we do the external leg rotation. Sheena says, ooh, I missed something. Sheena, what'd you say? I want to be like you. I'm trying. What did Josh say before that? What are you responding to? Oh, been doing these for 1.5 weeks now and noticed a difference in my health right away. Dude, that is amazing. I appreciate you letting me know, letting everybody else know, and I appreciate that everybody else is so excited about it. This is lovely. This is everything I could dream of. I say this all the time, that what we do, this show thing, is all about consistency, because you don't make that much progress on one day, and you keep coming back, practicing. And Josh, you are living proof of it. Sheena, you're here for day 5. Ganowski has been here for at least, I think, a week and a half as well. And the goal is to have enough consistency that you make progress, but also be so consistent for you and other people that you slowly get to know each other, and we build a little lovely community around doing the hard things. All right. And when you have a little bit of community around doing the hard things, it's much easier to have good vibes and do more hard stuff and make progress towards the things that we care about. So that message resonates a little bit with you, stick around. Follow, subscribe, get notified, all those cool things. Keep coming back. We're doing the live every single day to help you and me practice consistency. Okay, let's do the second round of side splits. Remember, close to that wall, so that if you fall backwards, the wall will catch you. On YouTube, somebody wrote, do the noodles. Yes, exactly. Or flopping around like noodles. Oh, maybe I should use that more often. Okay, thank you for the idea. Let's go open up those legs nice and wide. You might notice, since we've taken that nice long break in between splits, you can already magically just go deeper because we've got to relax in between those intense stretching sessions. Put the hands down so that you're shifting your weight into your arms, making it easier for you to move your legs. What we want to do is take that opportunity to shift our legs, rotate the legs outward so that the heel is down, the toes are up, and the knees are pointing up. And sit back into that stretch. Put your hands in between your hips and see if you can get a little bit lower. Next, do a little wiggle from side to side. See if you can break that last little bit of friction holding your feet back from getting into a deep side split with these little tiny jerky motions. And once you are stuck, you can't get any further. Let's go 30 seconds. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25. Once your legs are in this position and they're as far apart as you can get them, I want you to go ahead and experiment with where your hips are. If we walk our hands all the way back, maybe our hips are really close to the ground, looks like we're sitting. If we walk our hands forward, our hips will come up and it will feel like a little bit of a different stretch. When our hips are up and gravity pulling straight down looks like this. This is technically more of a side split stretch than when we are all the way back here. And it is more so because all of our body weight is pushing down towards the ground like this. And that's just a little bit more targeted. If we bring our hips back, it's a little closer to a pancake. But that only really matters when you start getting to the very, very, very end range of motion. Okay, I feel like I talked for long enough that there's definitely no time left in this timer. So let's call it in 3, 2, 1. Walk those hands forward. Help yourself get out of that position. Bring your legs together. Come back up into standing. And relax for a second. Now let's do our noodles. Noodles, noodles, noodles. Pasta, spaghetti, angel hair. I can't think of anything else that vermicelli. Do I know any other long pasta names? No, I think I'm good. I think that's all I got. Rice noodles usually typically come in long things, but I guess technically that's just an ingredient. It's not like we call wheat noodles, but we do call egg noodles, egg noodles. Actually, what am I even saying? Egg pasta? All right, forget it. This is a bad example. I'm doing too much thinking. All right, flop those legs around, wiggle, shake, let the legs relax. After round 2, it's gonna feel a little bit more intense, that you need to do a little bit more to really relax because your body's holding a lot more tension this time around. And once you are done with that, add some dance moves, wiggle, shake. Just make sure your knees, your legs, your hips are working together well. And we're gonna do our quick checks. We got the hip circles. You don't need to do too many of any of these. Just make sure that you're comfortable doing them. And the mini squats, making the knees, the ankles, your toesies are good. Then we're ready for round 3. Let's go. Actually, no, we should take a slightly longer break. After the second round, I take it back. Just keep on moving, letting your muscles relax a little bit. The nicer the break is in between, the more intensity you can go into the next stretch with. And we want to make this last one count. We want to make this last one good. So I'm going to fill it with chit chat in front of the camera. Yes, Ken, that was longer than 30 seconds. My heels were getting to me. I'm so sorry. Actually, am I sorry? I think that's probably good. Is it more interesting if I talk, or is it less painful overall if I fill it with something else to focus on rather than the timer? Or are you just mostly upset? Rigatoni penne, that's hilarious. Are you mostly upset that your heels hurt? Because the heels hurting is a legit thing. I remember during the winter when I was doing these, my heels were frozen. My heels were cracked because I just have dry heels, and it was awful all at the same time. But I don't know what has happened. I think after suffering the pain for a long time, I have been desensitized. I don't know when it happened. Just one day I forgot that it was supposed to hurt, and I hope one day you get there too. All right, let's go. I think that's enough of a break. Let's get ready for our side splits. Open up those legs nice and wide. Hang out here. See if there's something magical about the movement that you've found by accident, because we've been training these for several days now. And maybe you're much more comfortable getting into a deeper position without your hands than when we started. And that's amazing progress. Once you're here, put your hands down, fold forward like you're going to do a push up. Totally forgot about the do a push up thing that I usually do. From here, we're externally rotating the legs, which means the heels are down, the toes are up, and the knees are up on both sides. And we're just going to slowly sit back and shift our weight into our legs as much as possible. Once you cannot get any deeper, I want you to do that last little wiggle from side to side, get as deep as you can. And that's it. 30 seconds. 30, 29, 28, 27. If up until now your hands and your arms have been straight and your chest has been up here, I want you to try bending your elbows and bringing your chest down towards the ground a little bit, folding at the hips. 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, walk those hands forward. Oh, pull yourself out of that stretch and come back into standing. Let's go. We finished the hard stuff. Now it's the easy stuff that we have to do to make sure our bodies are working. Ugh. Check it out. We're making noodles. Rigatoni penne. Shake, 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 shake. Loosen it up. Include your arms. Your arms are gonna look way more fun being noodles than your legs are. And once your legs are feeling more or less normal, since this is the last one, definitely add in some dance moves. Just experiment with what your legs can handle, what your hips can handle, what your body can do. Most of the time, I find, especially for me, when I'm scrolling on YouTube, on TikTok, and somebody does something really cool on the internet, I'm like, oh, I think I can do that. That may or may not be a good idea, but just hold judgment on trying cool random things on the internet. What I'm trying to talk about is being warmed up. When you're going into something completely cold, your body is going to be like, oh, wait, this hurts. Like everything that requires a little bit of effort. And what I recommend you do after this, since you're all warmed up, your muscles are ready to go, your blood is pumping. If there's anything you wanted to try, anything you saw on the internet today or this week that you thought was cool, whether it's some push-up variations, some squats or something, go ahead and put that in. Add it in at the end. Do some. Enjoy having done a whole bunch of exercise. You can of course go ahead and take a break right now and just go sleep. That's totally fine. But if you felt like you never sort of get into a situation where you are warmed up enough to go do slightly harder things, especially when you're at home and you don't have enough space, you don't have enough room, everything is so difficult to do when you're at home. You're like, I have to work so hard to go do the thing. Take advantage. You're warmed up, your body is loose, you can do whatever you want. I mean, figure out what you can do. Don't just do anything crazy. Okay, that's the spiel. We're warmed up. Go do cool things. All right, I'm here back at the devices, trying to check the chat, see if there's anything else that feels like I need to respond to. Ganowski says I'm impartial. Go with what feels right for you. Okay, thank you. Thank you for giving me permission to take my sweet time and ramble while we do the side splits. Get used to it. Okay. I think that is all of the chat. I'm going to drop this camera so I can actually read without cranking my neck. Now I've dropped it way too low. Ugh. I hope you guys had fun. Thank you for staying on. There's still 11 people on. Lovely. I hope you had fun. I hope you feel like you got a lot out of the stretches. I hope you feel accomplished because we just did 51 minutes of stretching and it wasn't easy. It was hard, especially the side splits, especially the stuff at the end, right? A lot of those things focus on getting you to your end range of motion, trying to get us a tiny little bit stronger at places where we're weak, and all those things are really hard to do. So I hope you feel proud of yourself. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had fun. I hope you enjoyed the good vibes. I hope you're enjoying the community that is starting to build, the good positivity and the pasta stuff, the pasta names that got dropped. And I hope you stick around to practice consistency because some of the people in the chat today have shown consistency makes a whole bunch of difference, helping you to feel better in your day to day. Cool. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I hope to see you all soon. Hit follow, hit subscribe, get notified, keep coming back. Let's build some consistency. Maturista, welcome back. Faith48, thank you so much. Should have made it through the whole session. Yes, I try to be pretty speedy today because I know on days where I do a lot of explaining, it runs a bit long, into the 60s and 70s of minutes. So I was trying to keep it tight and get us through while keeping it pretty entertaining and not just any old YouTube video. Okay. I think that is it. No more. Oh, I got a cool hat and mustache thing. Thank you, Faitha408, for the hat and mustache. Okay, that's it for me. I hope you have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much for coming in. I hope to see you tomorrow. If not, I'll be here the day after that. So I'll see you all soon. Goodbye. Oh, oh, no.